Hafaday, I'm Robert Hofmann, and I'm running for mayor of Sinajana. I've been the mayor for the last 4 years, and I was very fortunate to also be the vice mayor for the last 8 years. So I've been in office for a total of 12 years, and I've been just very humbled at the opportunity to serve the good people of Sinajana. How I kind of ended up here politically, I've worked for the executive branch for 8 years, and I also worked in the legislature for 2 years. So it kind of helped me understand a lot about policy and how government works in itself. I threw my hat in 2004, and I've been successful. I was successful then, and so it's been a really great experience for me. And since then, we've made a lot of progress. In this last 4 years, specifically under our administration, we've passed every single audit that we've had. We've received great marks. We've built the gym. We've actually expanded our summer programs, our Christmas programs. We'll be building a playground shortly through the generosity of private donations. And we've really improved a lot of the areas within our community. Some other things are going to be coming down with our partnerships with other agencies. So soon we'll actually make the announcement, and the press will probably find out later on, but it's going to be a wonderful addition to our Sinajana family. And we just look forward to another 4 years, if given the opportunity, to just expand on our health programs, expand on our education and training programs, especially for the young, kind of give them a sense of hope for the future. I'm just really happy that I got the support of a wonderful community. My wife and my kids love what I do, and I think that's, they've always said that if you have a job that's something you love, you never work a day in your life. And I just come home every day knowing that we've made little differences here and there, and people don't often see the impact. It's not always makes the news, doesn't always make the paper, but we know, and our community knows that, they can come home to something, and I'm very accessible to them, and so they see that, and I'm happy about that. They always give me praise and pat on my back, and I'm like, no, it's because we all work together. It's never just about me, it's about everybody else. And so I'm blessed to have a wonderful team, a great vice mayor.
Hafaday, my name is Rudy Riarty, and I am the current vice mayor of Sinajana, and I am also running for re-election for this year's 2016 election. And I really hope that I can get some support from the people of Sinajana.
Hafaday, my name is Perry J.B. Guerrero. I'm running for vice mayor of the beautiful village of Sinajana, the heart of Guam. I grew up on this street, Bien Avenida, at my grandparents' house, and I lived my whole life in Afami, Sinajana.
I grew up here, right here in this community center right here. As we see, this was my stomping grounds. I did go to C.O. Taitano Elementary School. I went to Agata Johnson Middle School. I graduated from GW High School. Well, I'm sorry, not G. I went to GW, but I graduated from GCC, one of those cross enrollments. I worked for the private sector for about 5 years after high school. Then I went into the government of Guam. I was with the Department of Education for 11 years before I came here. And I started here as the program coordinator and the municipal clerk here under the Blas Hofmann administration. So I did all the community programs. I developed a lot of, like the camp that you see here, I developed back in 2007. A lot of the GED programs, all the programs here I pretty much developed back in the previous administration, and I continued it on in this administration. So when Mayor Blas decided that he wanted to retire, I thought I wanted to move up and be able to have an opportunity to do more in a different capacity. So I did run for the office the first time, and I was able to be successful with that, with the, of course, with the support of the people of Sinajana. And here I am today, and today I continue to do more programs, keep the programs alive and add on more programs. And one of the things that I'm hoping to do is that we're hoping to do in this next administration is, our next goal is to build the new fire department and police station that we're doing out here in the Afami area, and the new senior citizen center. So that's one of the current goals at this time. The infrastructure, I think, is the biggest thing. One of the things that we have been trying to work towards is in our Afami area and the outskirts, we don't have sewer lines there, so we're trying to work on getting sewer lines there so that it can, that area has been there since the 70s, and it hasn't seen any real change in infrastructure in that many years, since the 70s to today. So that's one of the things we're working diligently with right now to try and get some funding to get that done and build the infrastructure there. A lot of road work out here in the main village area, infrastructure things, lots of water leaks. So it's helping to fix that as well. We'd like to get all of that done. to better the infrastructure. Power-wise, not so much because we're pretty much underground already. You know, everything's pretty well with that. But it's a lot of the, as far as infrastructure, it's the water lines, and we get lots of leaks, and with thousands and thousands of gallons of water that go to waste every day. So we're working with GWA to try and fix that. I like to continue to do the programs that I'm doing now, and I like to do bring in more programs. We're working with a lot of federal programs right now, and a lot of applying for a few grants to do more things to build the programs for our youth, for our senior citizens, and our general adults as well. We're working on a health program right now. One of the goals is we want to build a walking path through the village, so that will be part of our Get Fit Sinajana. We are also working right now with GPD, and we're currently developing our neighborhood watch so that we can also keep our neighborhood much safer. It is a very safe neighborhood now, but we want to keep it even more safe.
I grew up on this street. My earliest memories are playing, you know, in the yard of my grandparents' house with my cousins. We would walk up and down to the stores to buy ice keki. We would go and play at the old playground and play in the field, the baseball field and the old basket court. I went to CO Taitano Elementary School for kindergarten to 3rd grade. And then I made a little transition to a different school for, you know, a little while. I went to George Washington High School for my freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. I'm heavily involved with the class of 2003 reunion planning committee. We're hoping to have a 15th anniversary, you know, shindig, so hopefully we can get that going. After graduating from GW, I went to the University of Guam, and I studied extensively in sociology. The 3 fields that I studied have been family and gender, contemporary social problems, and global development issues. I'm what is considered a member of the millennial generation, and we always have this reputation of not being involved, of not trying to make enough of a difference, you know, just letting everything happen as it should. And I kind of want to break that stereotype, you know. As a millennial, I want to show the people of Sinajana and the people of Guam that our generation is more than capable of leading in public service. As a proud son of Sinajana, I drive through my village every day, you know, all the different parts of my village. And I have seen the good things, you know, that have occurred, that have happened, that have developed, but I'm still waiting to see the great things. And I'd like to be a part of making Sinajana great. My priorities are my villagers' priorities. This process of, you know, picking up my packet and going around picking up, you know, getting my petition signed by voters of Sinajana, you know, I don't tell them what my platform is. I ask them what, you know, what do they need help with? What are their issues? What is going on in their part of the village, in their neighborhood that, you know, the mayor and the vice mayor can help out with? And the number one thing I always hear about is street safety. And that goes for automobiles and pedestrians. Our villagers don't have green spaces. They don't have park spaces available to them where they can have, you know, functions or just to, you know, leisurely stroll around. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to stroll around the village. It truly is. I mean, the houses are beautiful. People maintain their yards. It's nice, but there's stray dogs, you know, that go out and viciously attack people, you know. And I'm talking about children on their way to school. I'm talking about, you know, the manumku who are just trying to walk around their block for a little bit of exercise. And they can't because of the vicious dogs, you know, around the corner. The groundskeeping and maintenance, that's a given already. That should be coming out of the mayor and vice mayor's offices. You know, that's a given. I'm talking about setting up trash cans and recycling pods at the bus stops so the children actually have some place to throw their trash. You know, another thing is the trash. I mean, the kid, like I said, there's no place for them to throw the trash. So they throw it on the ground, it gets everywhere, it goes into people's yards, it becomes an issue, it's pollution. we're 2016, thinking sustainably and green thinking.